You have now entered the lab, episode 126, recording this on June 3rd, 2024, Monday night. We will be discussing the NBA Finals preview for Thursday night, the NHL preview for Saturday night. NBA's got the Celtics, Mavs. We'll get into that. Oilers and Panthers on Saturday for the Stanley Cup. We're going to do a UFC 302 review. And then we got some, soccer news and a bunch of other fun things. We do have a guest joining us. A little complicated with that, but we figured it out. Almost had to drop the ball, but thank you to Fort for figuring that out. So we'll have a guest stopping in mainly to talk most likely basketball and hoops. So we'll save that for when that person enters the lab. But this episode, of course, brought to you by BROWARD Vintage. Shop online, men's, women's, children's clothing, anything you need for gifts for yourself, throwback, current stuff, whatever you need, posting every single day. Link is in bio. Let me get the banner on there so people pay attention to that. So obviously it's in the link tree. Just click on the Enter the Lab link and shop on eBay. It's called BROWARD Vintage for the new people. Fort Sama, thank you for joining. Thank you for entering. Thank you for being a part of
always a pleasure being here.
What's going on, my brother?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Let me get this out the way before I forget. Shout out my boy Mike Grundy. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Shout out.
I hope that you had a great day, great weekend, and I wish you nothing but the best in this up and coming year, sir.
He's looking good.
He is. He's looking very good. All homo. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, no. That's all respect to him. He's been putting in that work every single day. It's become his lifestyle. Like when you talk about lifestyle, that's become his.
So, and the best thing about it too is he's influenced other people to do it, and that's great. When you can influence someone to do a positive thing and change their life, that's amazing. So yeah, shout out my dog Mike for his birthday. Now my weekend was cool, man. Shorty out of town, so I kind of just been kicking it dolo, working.
You've been traveling. You've been making moves. Love it.
Yeah, for real. I'm here for it. I respect it.
Love it.
Hopefully we get to go on a trip soon. We're looking at maybe California in August.
Yeah, that's important.
We'll see. And then we were talking about maybe New York. When's the next time you go to New York?
End of August for Lucas's birthday, most likely.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I want to definitely go up and catch a Yankee game. I need to do that since I'm a fan now. Man, I needed this in my life so bad. I texted this to you. And baseball has always been my first love, bro. I always loved baseball. And I just had to stop watching. I couldn't watch it, man. It just wasn't fun to me anymore watching the Marlins. So, it was something like, you need a new team. You need a new team. You need something to root for. Get you watching baseball again. And as we said last week, it was just stuff on the Twitter sphere. Nothing official yet. But I had to do it, man. I had to make it official. I still got to go to a game. That's in the coming months.
Yeah. Hey, but you're new.
But
you're not even in week 2 yet.
Right. I got you. I sent you a picture, and you were like, "You motherfucker!" I sent a picture to my dad. He's like, "You're a traitor." I'm like, "The only traitors are the Marlins, bro. I'm sick of being hurt years and years and years over."
Oh, I feel like there's a college commit. Oh, is it a fitted or a snap?
I had to do it to him.
Is it a fitted or a snap?
Oh, it's a fitted.
Okay. Yeah, I don't rock fitteds anymore because of my hair, so I have to do snapbacks.
It's the Yankee fitted, baby.
I like it.
I ain't gonna tell you all the size because I got a big ass head. But if you want to get me a Yankee fitted, you can slide in my DMs and I'll tell you the size then. But when I first tried it on and I was looking at myself in the mirror and looking at myself in my phone and take a selfie, I'm like, yo, this looks so fucking weird. Like, never in my life would I have thought that I'd be not just wearing, but buying a Yankee hat. So I was texting you about the game. I'm locked in, baby. I'm all in. Let's go, man. I needed this excitement back in my life with baseball.
I love it. I love it because you're unafraid to. I think I told somebody earlier that was over my house over the weekend or something that like you just like you do something and you're unafraid to like put it all out there and take all the strays that you're gonna get from people and all the jokes because it's like whatever. But you living in you living in Savannah, you need a little something to look forward to every single day.
Right.
And then in the dog days of summer where there's not many sports going on, soccer is kind of coming and going, but baseball is the most consistent one out of all of them. That's every single week. You need something in your life that gets you going. Obviously, the Marlins are
not doing it for me.
It's a fire sale basically at this point. They're getting rid of their best players. More to come for sure. So I'm glad you committed because we're putting up historic numbers right now, and Garrett Cole is yet to throw a pitch. So I'm excited.
Heck yeah, me too. So Yankee fan, baby. Established 2024.
Love it.
Let's go.
The dark side, the evil empire. Anything else? Just not to jump into subjects, but anything else just to kick off the pod?
I hit my monthly target for my sales job in my first month. Very excited about that. Just still taking things, little by little, trying to find where I fit in. It's not as easy, being there with people that have been in that industry. I'm the freshest one. I'm the freshest one. It's me and this other lady. She, I've been in sales and she's been in sales also. But the people, I think the shortest person that's worked there is 3 years. So that's 3 years that they have a leg up on.
I was gonna say I have a feeling like
a
sales job like that, they're not hiring and firing people. They almost
the turnover is
I was gonna say probably the newest person. I was gonna literally guess it's probably years, not months. The other newest person to you. So all right, well, at least you're gonna have some competition. You're gonna have some old heads trying to bury you because once a youngin is doing a little better, they try to see weaknesses in your game. It's natural, dog eat dog world. You know what I mean?
It's okay.
Be ready
it's
for
sales. It's sales. The good thing also though is everyone there is very helpful. You scratch my back, I scratch your back type of thing. I'm not really worried about the money or the commission yet. I know that's going to come. So I'm just trying to learn as much as possible, soak up as much information, take everything that I can from other people, pause in that industry so I could just keep building. And I know when you get into something you've never done, you always got to make sure that you want to build certain stepping stones and have a foundation before you get out there and try and do stuff, because if you try and do stuff too early in anything, I mean, you're going to mess up, and I don't really want to mess up that much. I know I'm going to. It's bound to happen. I'm bound to make mistakes. I'm human, but I want to limit those and make sure it's not super costly mistakes. So I'm just making sure I'm asking questions and doing things the right way. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what the future holds and just keep moving up and making more money.
I love it, man. Love that for you. My week has just been centered around Panthers hockey. We'll get into more of the details because I want to cover everything section by section. But exciting time to live in South Florida again. Last year we had Panthers Heat in the finals. Now we get the Panthers again in the finals. And this team feels different. I'll hold off. I'm excited to watch more hockey going up against a very formidable team. But then obviously UFC this past weekend at my house, had a bunch of people over, fun vibe, just recovered. Thank God it wasn't a 2-day recovery, because sometimes those are evil, as most of you guys are used to that. At least once a month I come on this episode on a Monday and I'm like, yep, still fighting it from 2 days ago. But I feel good. Get my boy AP's coming through. So we're going, ironically, the same time you commit fully to the Yankees, I'm going to a Marlins game tomorrow. We just figured that out because he's coming down from New York. He stopped in in St. Augustine. He's going to come for a couple days. We're going to go to a Marlins game tomorrow. They play the Tampa Bay Rays, but from what I heard is you could buy Marlins tickets and basically move around the stadium. They don't care. Oh, they're just happy another human is there. So
they're just happy people are there.
I have seen many people that I follow on Instagram go to Marlins games, and their first picture will be up, like, not too high up in the stands, but like a decent amount, maybe section 200s. And then their next photo is like right behind home plate. And I'm like, all right, well, I seen a couple of people do this. I think this is a trend. So we're gonna buy cheap as available. I just looked today. We're probably gonna buy them tomorrow. They're like $13. I think that's as cheap as you could get, because with fees, I tried to get tickets for $1, and with fees, it still comes out to like $12. So the cheapest way you could get tickets right now to a Marlins game is $12, $13. That gets you in the door, and then you could move around. So I'm excited just to, like I said, I'm not excited about the game, just something to go to, get outside, have a couple beers. I'll probably be watching the Yankee game at the bar because they have a bunch of bars there. They'll probably have a Yankee game on somewhere on the TV or something.
They had a Flanagan's night or something, I believe, on Friday. And
those jerseys are selling
crazy
they just
on
popped
eBay
up on my Twitter.
for like $150, $200. I'm like, what the fuck? That's insane.
Yeah, that's the starting price. I guarantee you that price comes down.
Oh, for sure.
Based on everything. And then so just excited about this week, getting him down here, chilling for a couple days, leading into the weekend, and watching some good hockey and some good basketball. So just let me know, or give me a time, or a few minutes before our guest pops on. No rush on that.
I haven't even sent him the link. I told him around 8:30. Cool. So he said
that's perfect.
Cool.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. We'll save UFC, NHL, and NBA for when he in the middle of the episode. But anything that you want to kind of get right into off the top? A lot of NFL news. There's a little bit of everything. Obviously, as we go into the summer and sports are dying down. Right now, I got UFC 302 on the main event because I was distracted. I was hosting the Mostin on Saturday, so I was moving around a lot. Next thing I know, it's the main event, and I didn't even watch any of it, so I'm rewatching it kind of now. And then I got wrestling on in the background, but no sports on today, basically. No Yankees, no baseball, no basketball, no hockey. So what the fuck?
So one thing I kind of want to talk about real quick before we have our guest on.
Yeah.
Is I got these notifications yesterday while I was on my lunch at Publix. I was sitting down eating some hot honey tenders, some mac and cheese, and some corn.
Great combo. I just I just had for dinner rotisserie chicken, like the white meat. I had collard greens, and I had mac and cheese. Collard greens. It's a new stuffing in the house. Good. Stuffing and collard greens will be a part of the rest of the year's at least monthly. Yeah, greens. Dude. Oh, so good. So, God, sorry to cut you.
No, it's all good. The notification I got was Dr. Anthony Fauci confesses he made up COVID rules, including 6 feet social distancing and masking kids. And this is from Mail Online, Daily Mail Online. They have over 2 million followers.
Is that trusted?
Twitter.
Is it trusted?
Yeah, it's a verified.
I have seen that from other sources, so I'll go with it.
Account is verified since 2012.
like that's
you got to make sure now. You got to make sure nowadays if that shit's 2023 or after. I ain't trusting you.
You're right. All right, it was grandfathered in, verified. All right.
Before you could buy that blue check.
you checked your sources. Good by you. Good journalism.
But I'm not really going to get too deep into it because one, it's a sensitive subject for whatever reason. And also, if we say any kind of stuff, last time we said something about this situation or COVID-19, we couldn't go live on Instagram for over a month, 2 months.
Yeah,
but the fact that someone could just make things up and control what a country did for over 2 years. With
some states are still almost doing it in cities, probably.
With how you interacted with your friends, families, colleagues, with how businesses went, with how the economy went, with how healthcare went, with how just day-to-day life went, and how different it is now is crazy. And the fact that now we're seeing that, y'all are seeing that he made that up, and the probability of something actually happening to him and him seeing consequences of his actions is very small. But, dude, just we kind of all knew this, and that it's coming to light now is insane. But I feel like he needs to be locked up, bro. You can't do something like that and affect millions of lives and not have anything happen to you.
Well, guess what? Things sometimes when a regime changes, and if we have a regime change or a party change, you could probably expect just like one party did to another recently this week, and we'll touch on that in a second. You could probably expect the other party to feel like they need to go after some people too. So I fully expect that to happen. Is them to go back after? Okay, cool. Yeah, I expect them to go back after. One thing I did want to say, and you can finish up that topic, is just touching on it real quick. Recently, me and Bree just watched a show that it was based in the 80s and talking about like HIV and AIDS in New York City and stuff. And obviously the over the first probably decade of when that was being a national thing was, if you touch somebody with AIDS or HIV, you can get, and it was all like, nobody even wanted to be near, breathe the same air. And then we learned obviously decades later, like it takes a lot more than just, the somebody
people didn't even want to play with magic.
That's what I'm saying. And it got into the mainstream. It wasn't even like, it got into and Magic was the face of basketball at the time, or he was at the end of his career, but he was in the NBA and a superstar. He was as big as LeBron James is now. Back then, that's what Magic Johnson was. And then I told Bria, I was like, we're obviously going to look back at this COVID time. We already have started to.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look back 20, 30, and forever as like, wow, I can't believe we did this. I can't believe it's going to be looked at so small. And that was another, government push thing, agenda and political thing. And it sucks and it's sad. We're not even talking about it politically at all. We're just talking about it as a human level. Like we're going to look back and be like, wow, our lives changed, hopefully for the better. Hopefully we can learn it and become a better world, country, or people. But sometimes that takes a long time. But you're going to look back and just be like, I can't believe we wore a mask, or we said 6 feet. So the fact that this guy was head of the cause and continued to just do whatever agenda he had, and it's coming out now. I mean, it was said very early on, and God forbid you said that for it. God forbid you had any platform, even as a regular human being, and just said it to a neighbor. You were looked at as you're the world's worst person, if you ever like even questioned it. So it canceled people's careers. Let's be blunt about it. It cost people more than lifted them up. So it sucks. And hopefully everybody, what I think is anything that comes out that's bad, that can be proven, hopefully consequences are paid, because that's not something you play around with. So I am under the opinion of, if people lied, people made money off it, it should all come out and people should be held accountable. Just like, I'm not relating it to it. So something happened in the 40s, and for years people were prosecuted no matter what type of role they had after the fact. If you had a small or a big role in that happened in Europe, and you got held accountable years in court, and hopefully something like that, because you don't want something like that to happen again. That's what I'm trying to say, is you hold people accountable sooner than later. So then it doesn't happen again. So somebody else, even more evil, doesn't get control and try to manipulate even worse. Because, there's probably worse that he could have done, but he did his damage. So if that's true, if that news report's true and I seen it, hopefully he does suffer consequence. Because to go unscathed that's criminal by itself.
Yeah. And then the other subject kind of along those lines, I think this is what you were hinting at. Trump indicted.
Yep.
On all charges.
34 counts.
34 counts. Trump now has more felonies than Al Capone.
Ooh.
But the U.S., the United States of America, also joined third world countries as a country to indict the opposition of their current leader. Is funny to me too. I don't know too much about the case. I think it's a bunch of BS. But it's just funny to me. It's just funny to me how things go. And the fact that he got indicted and charged with all that, he still went up the next day 5 or 6% in polls, and his campaign raised over $50 million. So I feel the more they try to slander this man and the more they try to bring him down, it's just making more and more people either relate to him or just make him more likable. which I didn't think would be possible.
Yeah.
Because it's a certain, like, and I'm going to use this term very loosely. Trump supporters, it's now it's very diverse. It used to be a certain just like group of people that kind of all look the same, but now you can see it expanding.
Yeah.
And this man was getting standing ovations, and he got a standing ovation in New York. Just last week, he was in New York.
He was in the Bronx and Staten Island, and Staten Island has become big on that. They were trending for a whole day. Anytime I see Staten Island trending, I'm like, all right, what happened?
What's going
I think
on?
two weeks ago, I think there was a shooting, and then this time it was that. So two different types of situations, and I'm like, all right, they're trying. And then I watched it, and it's getting crazy, man. Sometimes you spend too much time. You almost glorify or idolize. You make, in the world, I think we do tend to, as society, glorify criminals in general.
Mm-hmm.
We just do it all the time. How many movies, countless, like Scarface is one of the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
The Godfather,
TV shows,
we talked about
Sopranos,
it. Like all these TV shows, Sopranos,
make it look cool.
We all love them and we glorify them, and we're seeing little by little. The more you do it, you got to be careful because you're playing the other side too. So, like I said, not even speaking from a political side, is just once I seen that count went down and people talking, sometimes you grow stronger, and you got to be careful. You think you're putting somebody down, and you're almost making them grow. So.
Yeah, he got a standing ovation in Jersey over the weekend at the UFC fight, which is crazy.
Oh, anytime they showed him, I was just watching the fights back.
The pop for Trump is crazy. He got almost as a lot of a pop as Alex Pereira, and that man
more than some of the winners.
I'm here for it.
Definitely more than some of the winners.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting summer. It's gonna be an interesting campaign, and going to be an interesting election season. I'm excited to see what's going to go on because the memes are going to be rolling. The ads and all these campaign commercials, all that stuff is going to be fucking hilarious. So, we live in a day and age where now we don't really know what it is. We got so much AI technology. We got so much computer stuff that I can go on there and make Trump saying something crazy or Biden saying something crazy and shit like that. So.
You think Trump you think Trump pulls up the Sunrise Emirates Bank for a game? That'd be interesting.
I mean, that'd be fucking great. That'd be so awesome.
That'd be interesting.
It'd be
smart by him. Just he's gonna be shown. I don't think what is it on ESPN? I think has it. ESPN has the
ABC,
game.
Yeah.
I doubt ESPN puts him on the screen, but
yeah,
I guarantee you it'll be around social media. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Texas. He'll go to Texas. They love him in Texas.
Texas for what? Dallas Mavs.
Dallas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, wait, but you're right.
Yeah.
Things are being talk about. Following up with that, people being found guilty. Now, somebody being found not guilty, Scottie Scheffler. All charges were dropped in Louisville, where we talked a couple episodes ago, right before. Tragic accident, miscommunication. He gets arrested right before his second round, goes out to play great, doesn't win the tournament, places top 10. And then the police force and the mayor, whatever, they were going to pursue that to the fullest extent. I think they got a lot of backlash, and obviously for many reasons, PR reasons, they decided, hey, as long as you don't countersue us, as long as you don't talk bad about it, we'll drop the charges. We'll move it, which is better for everybody, just better for the situation. And then the other side is Scottie should fight it a little bit, because if he was just a regular person with the evidence or lack thereof, that person would have served, some time or whatever it would have been. If that person is a person of color or just an average fan that did the same thing, right or wrong, it's just so you got to kind of, for Scottie, he's a golfer. He's I understand he's a God-fearing man, so I'm sure he's not going to try to keep anything going. He's going to try to focus on golf. But that was another situation where it's like, a golfer that has clout, that has a situation that, he could get out of it. If it was me and you, well, actually, you have a situation that happened a couple of months ago that you kind of did get out of it.
Bro. My lawyer finally called me back. I still got to pay him.
Oh, yeah. All right.
He said, luckily I didn't have to drive down. I didn't have to go down there. Just you got to pay the fine today. I'm like, oh shit. I looked at my bank account. I was like, I hit up David.
What do you
Luckily,
got?
he
Cash
hits
under
me.
the mattress?
Luckily, he hits me back up. I don't know why he don't want to text other people back. I gotta have a little conversation with him about communication. But I was like, yo, can you do me a huge favor? And he's like, what? I'm like, I need you to go on this website and pay this fine for me, and I'll pay you back. So he took care of it, and I was happy about that. So that's situated. We're good on that end. We're good on that end.
All right, cool. So hey, Trump, gets guilty. Scotty's not guilty, and you're not guilty. We'll take 2 out of 3.
Not guilty, baby. Got a budget for the
2 out of
lawyer
3.
though.
Hey,
Or David got a budget for the lawyer.
Sometimes all you need is a decent one. A decent one will get you out of some issues. I'll let you take over now. Obviously, we have a guest, so you do the intro. You fill all the viewers in about kind of what this person is involved with, and let's have a good hoops talk.
So this should actually be pretty fun because I've met this guy personally maybe once or twice when I went to the Savannah Hurricanes game, seen him hoop, seen him ball out, following him on Instagram. I really like what he's got going on. I'm going to let him talk about that, but he's not just a hooper. He's got a lot of other things going on. And you actually brought this whole topic up and this thing that you wanted to do. And I thought it was a great idea. You texted me, you're like, hey, hit up one of the Savannah Hurricanes, since I've been working with Bull Ring Podcasts and with Prep for a little bit, doing their games and stuff like that. You're like, see if one of them wants to come on and talk some hoops. So I DM'd a bunch of them, and they got their own thing going on. Some of them said they had some training sessions. But my guy, Father Lee, hit me back up. So I'm going to let him introduce himself to us. My guy, thank you for joining the lab.
Hey, what's up, man?
The lab, sir. How you doing today?
Doing great. Y'all can hear me? Y'all good?
Yeah, you're perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Right.
Sweet. Yeah. So just introduce yourself, tell our viewers what you got going on, and we'll, once you do that, promote yourself a little bit, and then we'll get into some NBA finals, some hoops.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you, man, for having me on into the lab. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down to talk some hoops, talk some whatever,
Hey, you can curse on here too. We don't care. So be yourself, man. Be yourself. You don't got to hold back.
All right, bet I won't. Well, I'm Father Lee. Like you said, I play for the Savannah Hurricanes, but I also have a lot of things going on outside of that. Before that, and definitely going into the future, I have a lot of things going on. I do music. That's really my main passion, man. That's what I really hold my hat on, doing music. Make sure I got a record label called TYSON Records, which is more like a production company because we take artists in and kind of help develop them, help them release that whatever block that may be, writer's block or stuff like that. We take artists in and be like, all right, try to let them be themselves, help them distribute the music, just kind of give them the game of how the business side of the music works and how to actually entertain people, because music industry, people think it's like more for themselves, but we're entertainers. We're to entertain the people, and I just try to make sure I steal that. And yeah, also I got an event company, Life of the Party. I got to put that in there. So we do events, we do photo booths, we do balloons, decorations, rent out venues. So yeah, that's 2 of my main things. Well, 3 of my main things that I really dive into. I don't want to get into everything, but those are 3 things that I'm very passionate about, and very focused on.
Nice. So with the whole music stuff, is that something that you always were into your whole life growing up as a kid, and you wanted to do something like that, or did that come up later?
Well, it came later. I always was infatuated with music. Like I listened to some of the older songs and wonder like how they made the sound or how the sound got into the beat, or even when I was younger I used to listen to the radio. I'm like, are they recording that every time they play that song? You know what I'm saying? I thought they actually go to the radio station every time, and I was like, young, like some craziness. But when I got older and actually got my hands on things, I just started recording myself, and yeah, it just I went to Albany State University, and that's when I first started like pushing my music heavy, and it was popping off. It started to pop off, and since then I couldn't put the mic down. And whenever I got the opportunity, a lot of producers mess with me, They like to send me stuff because they know I got a nice flow, you know, and so they know when they send me a beat, I'm gonna do it justice, you know. The most recent, I guess, national thing that people probably heard me on. They didn't know they heard me on, but it was the green beans tomato joint back like a few years ago, the Thanksgiving.
Oh
song.
yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Me and my partner DJ Sway put that together. Yeah, we went to school at Alabama State actually, and he hit me up like, "Yo, this beat is going crazy online. You need to rap on it." And I was like, "All right." 2 days after he released it, we released the track, and yeah, it was playing on the Breakfast Club a week later. I was like, "Dang."
Oh yeah.
So my main thing
That's
is just
fire.
really, yeah, it was. They flew me out to Miami and did a video and got a cease and desist letter for threatening a $5 million lawsuit.
What?
Yeah, it got wild fast. But
yeah, times are different. People react quicker when they hear something and it goes viral. Like, all right, how can I get my money now that's something that I produced or created? So people are quick now.
Yeah, it was different, but yeah. So, but I still consistently put out music to this day. You know, my latest project is I did it with Savannah native DJ Kid, and it's out right now. It's called Diamond in the Rough.
DJ Kid, he does the DJ and sounds for the games, right?
His brother does actually.
Okay.
Yeah, his brother does this. Jay Lee. Jay Lee does the sounds for the game, but his brother DJ Kid, they actually blood brothers, same mom, same dad, and they
nice.
Yeah, I did a collab album with him. We just put it out not too long ago. It was real nice. You know, y'all go check it out. So yeah,
for sure. We'll definitely share it and everything. Hell yeah,
definitely send. Yeah, make sure you send forth all of your links to everything you have. We'll put it in the description of the audio and the YouTube of this, so we have you and everything you got out. So make sure you send forth the links.
Okay, for sure. So I will, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. I have a question as far as hoops, and you know, I'm not living in Savannah. I don't know how you know, obviously basketball and the league you're in. Just talk about what type of league it is. I know it's more local. I see thanks to Fort being on the podcast on at the games, I've gotten to know it a little bit, but just talk about how the league is and the structure of it and how you got involved in that and how long you've been hooping for.
Well, the league and the structure of it, it's a great. Well, I will start with the organization, Savannah Hurricanes, organization that started 2 years ago in Savannah, and I got involved in it just by faith. You know, I was just walking in Walmart one day with my daughter, met the owner. He was like, "Yo, man, your daughter look just like you." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what's up." You know, people tell me that all the time, but that's what's up. But he's like, "Yo, you like to play ball, man? You should come try out." You know, so they had a big tryout, and I ended up making the team. So I was like, "Oh snap!" You know, and since then, like with that first season, we only lost one game, and we was playing like some of everybody, some great talent. This past season, we were playing a lot of great talent. We was probably the smallest team in the league. They had like 7-footers and 6'8" point guards, stuff like that, and we beating everybody. You know, beating everybody just off of. I think our chemistry was very well in the beginning of the year. And
what position do you play?
Shooting guard. I play shooting guard, but you can put me anywhere on the floor. I'll make something happen. Yeah, like I just try to play the right way. I would say that.
I'm glad you brought up that chemistry thing because out of I think the 2 or 3 games that I went to, I could immediately tell that you guys were a very tight-knit team. Yeah, you guys didn't care who was getting buckets. You guys didn't care about anything. It was good basketball to watch, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way or anything, but it was very surprising for me to see that because I'm thinking I'm going to go out there and it's going to be, you know, guys just trying to get their own. Mm-hmm. But the way that you guys play ball, well coached, the ball was moving good, and I was like, damn, this is fun. And the atmosphere, like the crowd, the people getting there is awesome too. Like I wasn't expecting that either. I was like, damn, they're getting down here. Like I need to keep coming back. This is fun. So I'm excited for next season. And you guys got a good thing going on. there.
Appreciate it,
Absolutely,
man.
for sure.
And
Yeah.
just piggyback off of what you said, man. The atmosphere is what really just drove it up to another notch, man. I remember one game, one of the guys was on fire. He hit a three, the whole bench going crazy. Then I get a steal because they so discombobulated, and I just shoot a three. I hit the three, and my teammates acting like bowling pins. And they one of the shortest guys on the team, they bowled him until the other players they all fall out. Everybody was having a great
That's
time.
awesome.
Man. Every time you go to the game, everybody have a great time.
Y'all got the food trucks out there. Y'all got everything out there. It's a good time.
It's just a great vibe, man. And we try to make it. I know the organization really wanted to cater to the youth. So they had the games at prime time, 3:00 p.m. They didn't want it to be night games. They didn't want it to be early morning. They wanted to be 3 p.m. And then we were such an influence on the league that we were in. They actually hosted the final championship tournament here in Savannah this past year.
Nice.
Everybody came from all over the East Coast, Washington. You know, some teams I think came from as far as New York. You know, just came down and they played for the championship.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, as far as like geographically, do you have are you from you might have said it, are you from Savannah originally, or?
No, I'm not from Savannah. I'm from Florida. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's hopefully where I wanna move to. I want to move to the west coast of Florida. You know, when we
all the way down, baby.
Yeah, when we grow bigger in family size, I definitely want to more land, more being in Broward, you only get a limited amount of space you could get.
Oh, so you're in Broward right now?
Yeah, I'm in Pompano Beach. I'm originally from New York, so I eventually, as I'm getting older, I'm 35 now. You realize you just want more land, you want more freedom, you want more space instead of being so tight in the city.
I would say Georgia's the best place for land. If you come out land,
there's 3 places I would say I would stay in: Florida or Texas or Georgia. Georgia's 3rd on the list of that, but definitely that's in consideration.
And I feel you.
For sure.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Out of those 3,
reasons,
I
ain't hate on Georgia. I love Georgia. So please, my Georgia people,
of course.
please don't get mad at me. But I feel you on that because Texas is in my list next as well. Yeah. I still want to make Savannah the home base though, for the production company. I want this to be the home base because they shoot a lot of movies here.
They do.
They do a lot of production. SCAD, if you've seen their fashion show, just happened. Amazing. And I'm like, yo. Amazing. So, yeah, I definitely want to make this the home base when it comes to production.
Nice. So you always been hooping?
Yeah, always hoop. Yeah.
Always? Yeah.
Always hoop, yeah, since I can remember. Always was a shooter. I could shoot.
Always was a shooter?
Always was a shooter, but then I got tougher, dribbling.
Yeah, you do be draining them threes.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do. I always was a shooter, but I say my later years I started really value defense and really like trying to get a stop. Like, yo,
yep.
Right.
That's at when you learn that it's about a team, that's when you realize you got to play defense. When you're out and playing LA Fitness, little matador defense, you can let a guy get by you so you get the energy for the next play. But like 4-10, I've never seen a game or haven't been there in person. But once you play as a team, defense has to be a thing.
Oh man, number one.
You're not gonna win at all if everybody's letting people blow by you. So
yeah, and that's how I'm not even gonna lie. No shade to my team. That's how we lost, and that's how we didn't go to the championship.
Got you.
We forgot that part of
what brought you there.
Yeah, what brought us there. What brought us there was chemistry, defense, and of course everybody could score. Everybody on our team could score. So
in the finals, sometimes you get a couple extra people in the crowd. You get a couple, girlfriends. You want to show out.
Girlfriends.
You know what I mean?
Baddies courtside.
You turn to Jordan Poole.
You might want to put up 24. Yeah, I get it. Hey, it's human nature, and that's what. It's still a human game, and people forget, like, even though you're either whatever it is, top of the game in the NBA or even playing in the league that you guys are, people are human, and people are gonna still do things that are selfish.
James is a prime example of that to me. He's human, and once those bright lights can come on, he turns into the most human person ever. And I'm
playoff Harden,
and he's like one of the best. So it's like. Like you said, you're right. The human nature just takes over.
Yeah, for it.
Absolutely. No, so I mean, I think we should start getting into it.
Transition into that. Perfect.
NBA Finals. We'll go back a little bit before, I guess, just kind of recapitulate the playoffs. I think Keyshawn Johnson was talking about. I don't know if you watch ESPN or anything like that. I just see stuff that I scroll through when I'm on Twitter, and it was funny to me that you have not taking anything away from Keyshawn Johnson. He's a great in his own right in his sport, football.
In his sport,
right? I
Key
seen
statement.
him. Yeah, I seen him talking about that the Mavs had a really easy path to the finals, and I totally
Mavs?
disagree. That's what he was saying. He said that the Mavs had an easy path to the finals.
There's no
wholeheartedly
easy
disagree.
path in the West.
Right, I wholeheartedly disagree with that take. If anyone had an easy path, it was the Celtics.
Oh, for sure. Hands down.
And I'm not going to take anything away from the Celtics. It's always fuck Boston. Always fuck Boston, no matter what. They're a great team, and they got a lot better with the moves that they made in the offseason, getting Drew Holiday, getting Kristaps, and they got a lot better, and that's why they were the 1 seed. But during the playoffs, they first round, no Jimmy Butler, no Terry Rozier against the Heat. Even if they would have played, I still think Boston beats us. I'm a Heat fan.
Kind of an easy route.
Yeah. And then second round they played who they play second round?
Who did they play?
Philly?
Exactly.
It was so long. Yeah, it was so long. And then without Embiid banged up.
Did they play Philly?
They played Philly.
Damn.
Dude, it was so long ago. Sorry for not being as prepared as we probably should
Right.
be.
I think they did.
Either way.
New York played Philly.
So Cavaliers.
Oh,
The
the
Cavs.
Cavs. Yeah, the Cavs. Right.
They were
Okay.
banged. They were banged up too.
Donovan Mitchell didn't play the last 2 games. Donovan Mitchell is a dog.
No.
We all know what Donovan Mitchell does.
Hopefully my Nets could get him. We could pull that.
He gets hurt the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But it was always assumed that Boston was going to get through no matter what it was. So, saying that they had an easy schedule, you kind of knew you could project even at full strength. You knew they were going to get past all 3 teams.
Think about all those teams.
It's kind of unfair to even at full strength, they were going to beat all 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 teams. And they won that full strength because they didn't have Kristaps. But
they had Kristaps.
At the end of the day, he's just got implemented in that. So they still got their own chemistry. They still good.
Right.
How is Horford still playing at an elite level? What is he, 47 years old at this point?
Yeah.
He's hooping. He'll pull out of a 7-game series. There will be 1 game where he just goes off. And I'm like, who is this guy still hooping? I was in high school when he was coming out of college. How it's just crazy how he can turn back the clock sometimes.
I think NBA players realize it's not about the physical, it's about playing smart. And once you learn you can play smart and be effective, your career extended. Good point. I think Larry Bird retired at 34, 35.
Yeah, that white man game.
Yeah,
that's what Luka's playing like. That slow pace.
For sure.
He'll age well.
But
we'll get to Luka. I got
a
lot I want to talk about.
Luka box time ticket, man.
That's my favorite player. But okay, so Boston then plays Indiana, Eastern Conference Finals. They should have lost game 1. Indiana out of those 4, they got swept. Out of those 4 games, they had 3 games where they had more than a 90% chance to win the game. That's a historic collapse. So I just feel that Boston hasn't been tested.
Right.
And they got a team now that they're going to go against. Good thing they got home court advantage. But they got a team in the Mavs.
It's going to be hard, though.
They got Elvis' favorite player in Kyrie.
Yeah.
Not my favorite player. Not my favorite player. Well, sure.
What I'm saying with them two, if I had to just put the perspective on it, is if they put Drew Holiday on Kyrie, then it's gonna be tough for the Mavs to win. Don't get me wrong, he still do his thing, but you don't get the other player, the other offensive player tired.
They can match up so well. They can match up so well against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless they really collapse, which Boston is known to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people thought that against Minnesota. Minnesota was the #1 defensive team in the league all year.
But they had their #1 player, Garden, Kyrie. They can't, and
That's
it
true.
showed. It really showed. Like, and they only lost by like a couple points everything. Like,
Yeah, all those games were close too. I just feel like Luka is on a whole nother level than everyone else right now. And just the stuff that this dude does on the basketball court. I've been watching basketball for 20 years now, so
yeah.
I've seen a lot of players, come and go, and just some of the thing that most surprises me about Luka really is how Elvis was saying earlier, he plays at his own pace. It doesn't matter how the game is going. And I feel like that's why people think that he's a ball hog or, he doesn't make his teammates better, which is all cap.
He's not a ball
Everyone always raves about playing with Luka, but the fact that he just plays so slow and he doesn't care how the game is going and he dictates it to him, that's levels beyond what it's him and Braun that really do that.
Yeah, and that's who he really remind me of, the way he play, because he still get his, but he's able to at any given time he's going to pass the ball.
Right. And he just finds players. And there was a video that I seen that he was at the wing and he just threw a crossbody pass right to DJJ, right to Derrick Jones Jr. He didn't even have to move, and it was through defenders and everything. And he hit the shot. I was like, bro, that's elite. People don't understand how hard that is. Elite, exactly.
Yeah.
So I hope he gets that ring. I think that he's going to show out. I put some coin on Kyrie winning Finals MVP because it was plus 2,000.
Oh, yeah,
so
you got to do that.
It'll be a little payout.
Good risk.
That's a huge factor, too. You got Kyrie going against his former team where there was a lot of, well, not even, because it seems like everywhere Kyrie goes, there's always something that pops up negatively. So
yeah,
there was a lot of stuff with him at Boston, and for him to go out there and show out, I think that'll be a lot of fun to watch. I think he's going to talk a lot of shit, and I'm here for it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I like it, though. I can't really call who will win, though. I just don't believe in Boston. I never have, probably never will. Not the whole legacy of Boston, but this team, that the Tatum, Brown dynamic, I just don't believe in it. Never have.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
I think it's too much of the same player. Yeah, it's too much of the same player. It's like you let one. I don't know. Like Kyrie and Luka are not the same player. They're just not. It's two different styles. It's two different way of going at the game.
It's funny,
like LeBron and Kyrie.
Not to bring it back that deep, but like that's one of the reasons why the Blazers didn't draft Jordan. Was Clyde Drexler was a similar player, not similar, not literally in professional as we've seen it play out, but that's kind of why they went big man versus Jordan, because it was like, we're not going to have two of the same players, and that makes sense. They are the same player, but I think in this series, if they get Porzingis back, they got the height, you got Horford, and then you got guys like Derek White, the holiday factor, because everybody will forget about Derek White. He's not a superstar, he's not an all-star, he's not an all-pro, but he will be forgotten, and that's where he's best at, getting his buckets and playing defense and playing hard. I'm looking at I just looked while you guys were talking at box scores of the last couple of games for each Boston and Dallas, and I'm not a professional at this because I thought the Timberwolves were going to win the last series. I'm on record for saying it defensive-wise. But looking at it is you could put, like you said, Holiday on Kyrie, and then you could put Brown on Luka, and then you could switch to not make them each other tired with Tatum. So now you got 50-50. You could do that, or 60-40 split. And then the rest of the team, Dallas is deep, but Boston plays. I'm looking at box scores, and Boston's playing their top players 40 minutes each. Their starters play 36 plus minutes. They're not coming off much. They're playing all in. And I think I agree with you, said I'm a Boston hater. I'm from New York. I'll always, but I also have to have that perspective of, okay, matchup wise, if Boston doesn't get it done now,
They're
in
never
this
gonna get it
exact
done.
setting, then they'll never get it done
They're
because
never, because it's literally like you said, it's
matchup
they
wise.
really got all the advantages. Only thing they don't have is probably the two best players in the world.
Yeah. So if they don't get it done now, they're not going to then with the, you know, if you want to get into the financial CBA wise with the contracts and what they want to do, they're not going to be able to bring in another third player or fourth. You just can't do that in today's NBA. You're gonna have to.
Gotta go away.
They might have to step back a little bit, and obviously Brown is a superstar. You're not getting rid of Tatum, so Brown is.
He won Eastern Conference Finals MVP too.
That's what I mean. But at the end of the day, you need to make a deal that hurts a little bit. It might take them a step back, but you can't be putting out the same team over and over and over again and thinking you're going to get a different result. That's why I kind of think that they either get it done because the team has lived. They hear that chatter. They're all young guys, so they're on Twitter. They hear all this shit that we're talking. I could see Jason Tatum playing 45 minutes every single game.
I can also see Jason Tatum folding. I can see it.
Damn. Okay. I respect it.
Shit,
you know a lot better than me. You live in hooping right now, so I'm just over here. I'll pull a hamstring if I hoop right now by myself.
Hooping is it's more of a personality thing than it is a skill thing sometimes. And something about that guy personality, I don't know.
One of the funniest things to me was when that screenshot when he sent a text message to Kobe, it was like, "I got you tonight."
Yeah, bro. Like, man, I don't know. I can't trust that guy, man. I just can't trust him. I seen what they did in the finals that one year, and I was just like, "Yo, like."
Yeah, he's a different player when the lights.
It's just almost like, you know, when Space Jam they took the powers away. It was like that.
Yeah.
And it was like, what happened? You know, like what happened? But it's all up here, you know.
And then you get the chip with Kyrie where it's like, you know, going back to Boston, and I've seen Kyrie play with when he was a net, and man, when he's got a little bit of motivation, that boy shows up and he does something like so. He's going to take his game, and that doesn't mean scoring 50 or 40, but, like, I could see a 40-point game, 45-point game like he did in Cleveland in the Cards in one of these games for sure.
He's been playing
He don't fold. That's a guy that don't fold.
He don't fold. Sure. I ain't never seen him fold.
Yeah. I've seen him firsthand. He don't fold.
He don't fold.
When you have a man that, you know, how he is with everything he does and him going through Ramadan and not eating during the day and not drinking water and then going out at night to hoop.
That's
he's finally getting his first bites of food and first sips of water during the game, and he's still killing pros.
Yeah,
that's a different kind of dude, bro. That's a different
kind of
cloth.
mentality, bro.
Yeah, that cloth is over. So you don't see that from guys like Tatum. You don't see that from guys like Brown.
No,
and that's the mentality and what you want from a player in this kind of situation.
So they more like front runners. You know, when things are going good, it's all good. But when things are going bad, they lose themselves. And like you said with Kyrie, he purposely make things go bad for him by fasting. That's purposely putting yourself in a stressful situation, and you're still saying, "Hey, no matter what, I gotta perform."
Yeah, and that's mental. Like you said, it's that second part of the game that you either have it or you don't. That mental, and I've seen him drop. I think at one point, I think he dropped 50 or something during that as a net during Ramadan as a net. It just insane what he's capable of. That's why Fort earlier said my favorite player, because I've spent countless episodes on this over the last few years, just like knowing the potential. Then I'm a Nets fan. I've been a New Jersey Nets fan since early 2000. So I watched, I became all in. And when I could take the emotion out of it, it hurts me that he took another team to the finals because we were close that one time. And it does. So I'm not rooting against him. Jason Kidd all time is probably my favorite player as far as personally, not factually. Like, I'm not saying LeBron, Jordan. I'm just saying I got to watch Jason Kidd every single day for 8 years, and that was probably the best thing I've ever seen on the court firsthand, and I got to go games. And yeah, so my heart is kind of torn with that, but I'm what's great about not having a team in it or having any money or any I'm not in debt to anything. It's just watching good basketball, and that's what I'm hoping for. Let's hope 6-7 games and watch quality hoops, you know.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. I don't try to be on teams or try to get a favorite player anymore. Like,
yeah, right. As you get older, you start to realize that.
Yeah, you start to realize, like, you know, because LeBron, I love LeBron, but I said if he cried to one of his teammates again, I would be pissed. Man, if I was on his team, I'd be like, "Yo, bro, like that wasn't my fault. That was your fault." And I see him do it all the time. Like he's like, "Yo, the dude went past you, LeBron." Like,
right?
Chill. Yeah. So I can't really be too much of a fan of players, but Kyrie, I can.
Yeah,
Kyrie,
I've watched Kyrie for a long time since he was at Duke, and you know, seen him go number 1 and Cleveland and everything. Yeah, he's got one of the best handles I've seen. And Luka, man, just it was great for the Mavs to go from Dirk to Luka because they kept kind of that same culture, that European swag, that, you know, that pace of the game still kind of stayed the same, even though they're from different countries. But Dirk had a big influence on his game for sure, and it was great that he was able to play with Luka a little bit too. Mm-hmm. But I think it's Luka's time, man, and we can say that about Tatum. We can say that about Brown. We can say that about any superstar in the league. But I think he's in that. I'm going to say this because this was my team, and I saw it firsthand. He's in that D Wade type of situation in his game right now, where he knows, like, this kind of stuff doesn't happen every year. You don't get these kind of teammates every year. You don't get this run all the time. I got to go out and I got to get mine, but I also still got to play the game. So I think he's going to go out there, and you're going to see a fantastic performance from Luka. And I think Kyrie does get a 40 ball in this series. It's going to be Tatum's going to get his, Jaylen Brown's going to get his, but I already know where you're going with Elvis. I got the Mavs in 6. I got the Mavs in 6, man.
Let's
Fuck
put it
Boston.
on. Let's put it
Mavs
on tape.
in 6, baby.
Mavs in 6.
Mavs in 6. Mavs in 6, man.
Let's put it on tape. Let's put it on tape.
Mavs in 6, man. Don't worry. It's gonna be a fun finals. It's gonna be a fun finals, man. I'm hyped for it. Even though I don't like Boston, I don't like watching them, but
we've been wrong plenty of times.
You got Kyrie and Luka versus Jaylen Brown and Tatum, and you got in 2 great markets. So
I'm gonna say Boston in 6. I'm gonna say Boston in 6. Why not? Why not?
I got Mavs in 6. They go back to Dallas, get it done. They might lose game 1. I think they lose game 1 in Boston. Crowd's gonna be electric. It's gonna be fun. But I got Mavs in 6.
I gotta go 7, man. Mavs in 7.
Mavs in 7. All right.
I think this series is definitely going 7.
Okay.
I would love that.
They're gonna have to adjust. Only reason why I say it's gonna go 7 because of Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday is gonna be
that factor's big. He's killed my Nets with that Milwaukee with his defense. Obviously, he's slowed down, but he's taken a role that he has to slow down offensively and defensively. He doesn't have to put on that burden, but man, he could turn it up. He's still at that age where he could still turn it up when he needs to. And in the finals, everybody's gonna turn it up a little bit more of a notch.
That's what's going to drive Kyrie to go crazy.
Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. So I'm excited to it. Go ahead, Fort. You can wrap it up.
Father Lee, my guy, it has been a pleasure. Super last minute, too. This is one of my favorite things. We appreciate that a lot.
Thank you for doing that.
This is one of my favorite things. Like, now you're always in the lab, bro. Like, I hit you up, like, super last minute. You're like, yeah, I can hop on. And from all the experiences we've had from trying to get guests on, and they're like, yeah, we're going to hop on. And it's been planned for a week or 2 ahead of time. They're like, yeah, we're going to hop on. And then, like, 30 minutes before the episode, they're like, wait, hold on. You know, so you just saying, yeah, I can get on. That's awesome, man. You're always being a part of the lab. Before you go, just kind of tell people where they could follow you, where they could follow your businesses. Kind of, again, just promote yourself, what you got going on.
Well, like I said,
that way we can share it as well.
For having me, man, most definitely. And one thing about me across the board, no matter who you are, I'm pretty sure everybody that ever encountered me know you can count on me. for sure. You know, whatever I say yes, I say yes.
Love it.
Yeah, it's going
Appreciate
to
you.
happen. You know. But y'all can follow me, Father Lee. That's FATHALEE. You can put that anywhere, and I'll pop up. And yeah, everything
I'll
else,
do it right now.
I'll let it be organically. You know what I'm saying? Organically, but
That's
Lee, man.
how we are here. Super organic. We've
Organic,
been
yeah.
doing this stuff for 3 years, and we just let it go how it goes. We're not really too worried about anything else. We're just being ourselves. That's why I told you, just be yourself. We can say whatever you want. You know, we don't hold back on it.
It's all about faith with me, man. And you know, I always say to anybody listening out here, man, just follow your gut, follow your heart, and listen to God. You know, He'll steer you the right way, and it's always gonna be organic, and it's always gonna be for you. Even when things seem like going wrong, it's for you. And that's the message I always want to promote. If you think something going wrong, you might want to look at it differently because it's definitely for you.
Love.
All about perspective.
We'll end it on that. Perfect way to end it, brother.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, man.
Yes,
Have a good rest of your night, my boy.
All right, bro.
All right.
That is Father Lee of the Savannah Hurricanes. Appreciate him for hopping on. Like you said, last minute. It's always kind of, you know, we have guests booked. We've talked about it for episodes previously, and just, you know, getting people on. And usually it's people that haven't been on podcasts, so they don't know how it flows. They commit because it's a good idea. And then some people, I'll be honest, do get a little stage fright, little podcast fright, where it's like, oh shit, I got to prepare. But once they come on, it's conversation. It's just talking to your boys. That's what we try to promote. And we've always talked about that. How many guests do we have on last minute? First time I see him, first time I meet him, boom, it's a conversation, just talking. So if you're watching Father Lee come on and you want to hop on, know the expectation. It's just going to be a conversation. It's just going to be talking about what we all know about, whether it's sports, whether it's about life, stuff like that. I love the way he ended that. Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
I'm going to get another drink too, by the way, so keep going.
How you got to look at things, and that's something that I had to learn and realize the last few years when things weren't really going my way, or where I was growing as a man and maturing and trying to figure things out to the best of my ability, and having to go through those bumps and being like, damn, this kind of sucks right now, and that's not what I was trying to do. And sometimes it's okay to dwell on it and get upset about it, because if you use that and let it fuel you for a positive, it's good. When you just dwell on things and don't get over it and just make it a day-to-day thing and always thinking about that, then that's gonna really bring you down. But man, I just, even in the last like 6 months, things weren't working how I wanted to, and certain things popped up that I wasn't expecting, and you kind of have to go with the flow and figure things out and really look at it positive, because you look to the side of you and someone's got it a lot worse.
Once you said that, I thought about you immediately, as far as you can relate with what you're going through, and everything you're going through is in a good way. It's not like to feel sorry. It's always good. You're always figuring it out. You're always in a position that you can handle. Literally, it's so I love that.
I was glad that he did that. And I mean, we've had a bunch of guests on that they were like, man, I don't know what to say, or I don't know what's going to happen. But we bring you on here, and 99% of the time, it's something that we're bringing you on because we feel that you have more knowledge, or it's something that you're passionate about. So you shouldn't feel uncomfortable to hop on, because we're bringing you on because we appreciate what you're doing with the platform that you already have, whether it be social media, and how passionate you are talking about certain things. And we want that opinion on here, because it could be something that's trending. It could be something that's up and coming, like the finals, you know, and we're going to let you talk more than we talk. We're going to sit back and listen and more so piggyback off what you're saying. So if, you know, you being afraid or you having some kind of pod fright, like Elvis said, Don't feel that way. And it's always good to be nervous about things, bro. There's nothing wrong about being nervous about things. When you're nervous about things, it's because you really care about it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You want it to go. You want it
I
to
still
go
get
well.
the jitters. I still get the pregame jitters before we record.
I got them right
every
now,
time.
bro. Just trying to figure out
Every
what I'm
time.
gonna say and just
Exactly.
It's just free flowing. So yeah,
Yeah.
don't feel that way. And if you do, fuck it. Who cares? Doesn't matter.
That's why Enter the Lab is. I'm glad my mom got me the flag, the banner that hangs out. I put it in the lab. I actually got to take a picture and share it with people because it's like more of like just like a name. It's just more like a vibe. And there's times that people come to my house for the first time. We had people over Saturday, me and Travis. We hung out the last couple of weeks. We don't hang or talk too much, but all of a sudden we were in the lab. We're talking about whatever we're talking about, sharing sports. We're talking sports. That's why I missed the UFC card because me and Travis were just locked in the lab watching like highlights, talking football. And then some dude I just met, a friend of a friend, super cool. We literally 2 hours, 3 hours later, we're in the lab talking about like real life shit, like his getting to know him, and we're sitting right in the lab. So it's like, so much more than just a podcast, whatever. It's like for me, and I know I've shared it with you to be a part of it. So it's together as one. It's like a mentality and a vibe. It's not just, just a saying or whatever, but appreciate him for hopping on, and we'll get,
sure.
I don't know when the season starts or what the flow of the season is. Hopefully we get more Bull Ring podcasts or a couple
the good
more
thing is I
on.
reached out to a few of the players and I asked them if they wanted to come on, and some of them were, well, not some of them, all of them were down to get on. They just had other things going on, and we got someone else that, their hype man that does all their mic stuff during the game. He said he was down to get on it. Hopefully he'll be on next week. So that gives us a little content for the next few weeks if everything goes according to plan. So I'm hyped about that.
Awesome.
I should have a great situation coming up in the next few weeks. You're going to be up here. We might have, we'll probably do a live thing.
That'd be cool.
I'm trying to make that second bedroom that we're going to have like a nice like studio type of vibe,
Wait, am I staying at your crib or am I stopping by?
I mean, we're gonna have a little housewarming stuff. So
okay,
it's
cool.
Up to you, dog. Whatever you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need much. I can sleep on the floor.
This guy.
I don't care, dude. Just because I got a couple nice things and I could always go back to 2016, Ray. You know what I mean? I could always go back, dial it back. 2016 Elvis could always pop up, and I don't need much. So anything you got, like I said, I won't invade your privacy as you get situated, but we'll see how it works out. Yeah. But let's continue this episode. Appreciate the guests for hopping on. We'll have a lot more. We're going to try to have more and more. Thank you for doing that for sure. Stay with hoops. Caitlin Clark drama continues. Touch on that real quick.
This thing is
taking on a life of its own.
Yeah, and it's cool.
Let me adjust what I got on TV. Go ahead.
It's cool because I feel like it's needed for the league. There's no such thing as bad publicity. And a lot of people are just, for whatever reason, singling her out. And I'm not going to defend her because, as everything nowadays, there's always people that want to talk and make it about what it's not. And I mean, she was the number 1 overall pick. She was a great player in college. She's an all-time great. And we've seen what she's been able to do. And she really changed the league. They're flying charter planes now. They're not flying regular public flights or whatever it is. I don't know. But the team had their own plane. She's got her own super huge deal with Nike. And I feel like it's also...
People are watching the WNBA for Caitlin Clark. Pat McAfee said it today, basically. Yeah. That's it. Period. Live with it. What it is. LeBron James was entered the league. Sorry to cut you off, but I'm passionate about this because it's like the WNBA has been asking for eyeballs on the league for so long.
They have.
And then once they get it, they go, all right, let's make her life miserable. And I get it.
It's because she's white.
Player-wise, you should do that. But like, what are we doing? Promoting? We're not even talking about the WNBA on the court anymore. We're talking about it now as a race thing, as a Jesus, come on. Can we do better than that? Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm watching as many games as I can in the summer. I'll probably throw on Liberty games and Fever games as I can. But like, what are we doing? You're promoting a player so much, and then you're taking her down. And it's like, do you guys get it? Do you guys understand what's going on here? Idiot! Like, no one knows who you are on the Chicago Sky. But like, yeah, you made a name for yourself. Good for you. You're going to be gone and forgotten, and Caitlin Clark is going to be a Hall of Famer in your league. Good. You're enabling her to be the best player possible every single time you piss her off. Eventually, the league, she's going to get more knowledgeable, more experience, tougher, stronger, mentally, physically.
Dude, they had like less than a week to play after the draft. They just go right after they get drafted. They go and play.
That's another
obviously
thing.
This team had the #1 overall pick, so they weren't good. The Fever are not good. They're not a good team. And then you add a player
15 years.
Like you add a player like CC, as polarizing as she is. CC. Yeah, we're on you feel me? CC. I like that. I like that. You know, and
stop trying to tear it down, bro. Come on.
Yeah, stop trying to make it what it's not. It's bringing more eyes to the league, like David just said. It's better for the league. We need more players like her. We need more players like Angel Reese that are gonna say what she said just a few hours ago. Like, hey, it's not just because of one player. Like, I got a part in this too, and it's true. It may not be because of what she's doing on the court. It may be what she's got going off the court. She's a good looking
rivalries
lady,
are good.
And now rivalries are fucking great. So if you got this where they went way back in college, well, not way back because it was just a few months ago and last year, you transition that to the league. That's fucking awesome. And now I got so much stuff on my Instagram feed about players walking through the tunnel, their fits, all that shit that you didn't get to see before. Unless you knew some of the players and you watched, like, Skylar Diggins, Skylar Diggins.
If the Indiana Fever have a top pick and draft
Cameron Brink
or Page, imagine that 1-2 punch.
You're
talking another level.
The WNBA is
they only got 12
right now.
teams.
It's in the best spot. It's in the best spot it's been in forever since Maya Moore.
I hate
and
all
the
this.
The thing that pisses me off the most is it's the women that say, hey, y'all should be watching WNBA. Y'all should be supporting women.
How many men watch these games? I want to know that. I want to know the numbers because I guarantee you, it's probably a lot more men than women.
I know it's more men than women. I know that because if you get 50 men in a room and 50 women in a room, and you ask them, hey, do you know who Caitlin Clark is? It's going to be more men that know who Caitlin Clark is than the women. And now the women are saying,
really like sports. She's not watching the NBA.
She's watching the NBA.
That's what I mean. But that's what I mean. It's like, who's really watching these games? Like, I know they're getting like millions of views on Caitlin Clark games, but like we dissect it a little bit more.
Out. We had great players. And it was never these amount of sellouts or teams moving to different arenas to just be able to
all time records, bro.
Have the people in it that they're demanding. So I get it. She's a rookie and people are going to be slighted. There's going to be athletes that feel slighted because they're like, oh, she's a rookie. She's this, she's that. I feel like I've been in the league. I'm a vet. So they're going to rough her up a little bit. And that's part of the game. That's part of sports. So
it's only going to make it stronger, though.
More than it is. Let's not make it more than it is.
Yeah.
And
everybody's trying to make a name.
I'm sure she's talking crazy shit because we've seen her talking crazy shit.
I think she talks more shit to the referees than the actual players themselves.
Even still, she's talking. Players don't if players are talking. So it's not that it's not warranted.
Hey, referees, give her a couple calls. Give her a couple calls like the NBA men's league. Like, give her, let her live a little bit.
And she's what? She's 27-7. That's what she's averaging. Are you kidding me?
Not in a WNBA right now. She's averaging like 18.
Oh, I mean, yeah, she had like a 27-7
Have the,
game or something.
I have those numbers. She's
She-
averaging 15 and a half, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So
Oh,
she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
What? How many games
out.
is it? 10 games? 12 games?
Yeah, not even.
Okay.
The fact that we're, like I
she's gonna
said, the
figure
fact
it
that we're
out.
talking about it is
She's
only
gonna
good for the
figure it
league.
out.
And the players, they can play her hard. But like, let's
I'm
not
here
be
for this.
stupid. Because let's not be stupid, players.
Right,
Let's,
because okay, you foul Caitlin Clark hard and she gets hurt. Nobody's gonna
everybody
go to your
gonna
next
forget
games.
about you.
No one's
That
gonna go to your
person,
next game.
that person that fouled her hard, I don't even know her name. I seen her name all for the last 24 hours.
And that's why they're doing it.
I know
that's why they're doing it too. That's why they're doing it too. Because if you fuck around and you do something with Caitlin Clark, it's gonna be all over the place, and people are gonna find out who you are now.
Guess what? For Caitlin Clark right now, the narrative, I want Caitlin Clark to win more. I'm more of a fan of her now.
Of course, she's
so
the Donald Trump of the WNBA, baby. And it's not because she's white. But look, it's funny to me. It's funny to me because it's good, bro. It's good. I want these women to, get compensated better for what they're doing, because it's not easy. Just because they're athletes doesn't mean that they don't have a life or they're not human.
And to David, WNBA, they do have a documentary coming out or something like, I think on ESPN Plus or something like that. So they do have a docu-series coming out on the WNBA or like on select players. So obviously ESPN is going to be putting together documentaries of a rookie season, all this stuff. Only smart by them. So enough of that, because we have so many other things to talk about. Let's do football quick, because I want to get into a quick UFC recap. I'll lead and then you follow. Darren Waller music video set to retire.
This guy, bro.
Do you have a clip of Darren Waller's? Let's get funny a little bit.
This guy, man.
Darren Waller,
is one of the funniest things I've seen.
If you don't know, Darren Waller, when he was with the Baltimore Ravens, he's a tight end. Right now signed to the New York Giants. He was with the Baltimore Ravens, and he had a drug problem, went to rehab, figured it out. Good by him. Awesome. Love it. Great story. Comes back, goes to Oakland, goes to Vegas, has great years as a tight end. Gets traded to the New York Giants, has a relationship with Kelsey Plum. Speaking of WNBA, great transition. Don't play it yet. Got married, has a relationship. They were married for a year and a half. That's why I'm telling you, bro. I'm in marriage. I'm in a relationship long term. People think this is all fun and games. It's all about what you show. It's not about what you show. It's about what you have, right? What you have foundationally. Let's not get too deep, but I am getting a little deep, where it's, y'all can play around with the whole, oh, look at me, I'm in a relationship, look at us, power couple, all that. Yeah, okay. Let's see how the years play out. Are you
couple.
really? People be playing, throw away, say shit like that all the time in the media. It's what you are foundationally, and I'm glad I have a strong foundation. And so now he's set to retire. The rumors are he will retire. The Giants will wash it. We'll get $6 million back. But he just put out a music video, and you guys be the judge of how Darren Waller, his other career, if he does retire, this is his other career that he's choosing. Play it. And please only play 30 seconds or 45 seconds, because I can't hear it.
It's hard, bro, who is this? She doesn't even look like Kelsey Plum at all.
Oh.
It's hard to give all of your soul.
Creatively, yeah.
Have your heart broken in return, but
Skip ahead.
It's time.
Skip back to the rap. And listen, I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to be like, hey, we can figure out music. Doesn't sound good. Sonically, doesn't sound good. The music video, I know what he's trying to do.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Man, play football. be a part of the Giants that I think we're moving in the right direction. We're not perfect, but no, play.
This is how
It
he
hurts
was
my
looking
ears,
at
but play.
This is how he was looking at Daniel Jones after he threw some passes.
Yeah, nice. That's a good
Your face off. Shit. Slide right down that highway. We can do you and I. We're real. How long I gotta climb up this hill? I'm tired and I wanna be still.
play a time where his face is in the ocean. Yeah. That's my favorite part. That's him announcing his retirement. Right there. Pause. Oh, you missed it. Right there. That's him. Once I seen this, I go, he's retired. So the Giants obviously charioted a second round pick or something, a fifth, whatever we traded, a pick, and what's his name? Tony to Kansas City, the way it worked out. Listen, I don't want anybody to go through things personally. I understand it's a human game, but when you're putting out a music video and you're supposed to be at OTAs with your teammates, and I get it, you're going through a breakup. I get it. We're all human. Do the music video and be at OTAs. Like, see if you love it again. Maybe it'll bring you back. Be with your teammates. That's my opinion. I don't know, when you're in a situation where you're going through things, I understand personal, but sometimes you need to get back to also, maybe it'll make you feel that juice again. Maybe it'll make you feel something you didn't. Him being away from the team and going through that, it's not good. You need to be in it. And so if he doesn't want to be on the team, great, cool, fine. We just drafted a tight end. We have another tight end that's probably ready to take his spot already, not at his high caliber, but let's keep it moving. Retire already. Stop playing this game. Oh, stop this. Stop this. Why'd you do this? This is not playing. This is not playing. This is not real. This is AI. What you're seeing and hearing right now is AI. It's not real.
Take your time to heal.
On another
end, how you feel.
Justin Jefferson gets a bag. New
Super
deal.
bag.
Posted today. He's out of LSU. Our new Malik Neighbors is at LSU. Hopefully he could play if he could play at a close level as he's played, that'd be amazing. And wide receivers getting paid. It used to be quarterback, offensive lineman, running back. Now running backs don't get paid, wide receivers get paid as the third most priority on the team. Good for Justin Jefferson. Stays in Minnesota.
What do you get? 4 years, 140 mil.
Right, McCarty, JJ.
Yeah, JJ McCarthy.
The quarterback of the future. We'll see about that. Yeah. Any last thoughts about NFL? I just want to move on.
I mean, dude, 4 years, 140 mil, 110
crazy.
Guaranteed.
Crazy. I think 88 is due. 88 is due like day one. So he's going to get 80, 90 mil right away.
Dude, highest paid non-QB in NFL history. Yeah, good for him.
Good for him.
100%. He's earned it. He's a great fucking player. He's one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the league. And that comes after Jalen Waddle just got paid. So now the Dolphins have to figure out what they're going to do with Tyreek Hill and getting him paid, because Tyreek Hill is definitely going to try and get something close to what Justin Jefferson got. And it really pains me to say this, but I don't know if he really, off the field stuff, he doesn't deserve it. What he does on the field is totally different. Yeah. You know, you can leave that stuff out the door and perform how he does on the field. But you need that stability, and we haven't heard anything close to that from Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson's in Minnesota. There's probably no baddies like they are in Miami and Minnesota. So I don't think he's going to have 12 baby mamas.
Let me read off his stats real quick. He is currently 24. In this month, he turns 25. So he'll be 25 to start the season. First year, played every game, 1,400 yards on the nose. Second year, 17 games, 1,600 yards. 17 games the next year, full year, 1,800. Last year, 10 games, 1,000 yards. And that's without Kirk Cut. Like, that was injury, quarterback, whatever. He's a beast. And the deal he signed will put him at, 28? so he could sign
28, 29.
He could maybe sign
He'll
another
he'll
2,
get
3
another
year
bag.
after. So
Mhm.
good for him. He's 6'1", number 18. I love the number 18. That's
Facts.
always been my number. And not a lot of people rock that. I think the most famous 18 in sports is Peyton Manning, Randy Moss when he went to Oakland, but not many 18s out there, and hopefully that number gets big. But Justin Jefferson, yeah, he's on his way to being one of the best. So hopefully he does. Hopefully he stays healthy. He's fun to watch.
He is fun to watch.
Good for him. There's going to be a lot more wide receivers getting money.
CD Lamb still got to get paid too.
Yep. Yeah, let's see. Before we get into that, let's bring it back to baseball a little bit.
I'm glad you said that.
There you go. What do you got before I go?
Let me know if this is good.
Whoa. Well, those are like super nerd alert.
Super nerd numbers because I don't know
what
like XWOBA means.
Listen, I know baseball, and those are all new. Barrel, hard hit is all new. EV, that's all new numbers. The fact that they rank 1 and 2, I'll take it. Either way, as we're recording this,
hold on,
June 3rd, look that up. And the Yankees have the best record in baseball. Judge had a horrible April, and now he leads the league in home runs. I looked at his numbers in every major statistic, on base, slugging, all the things that are known, runs, RBI. He's top 5, top 10. Soto, same thing, top 5, top 10. This is a duo that when we got Stan, they thought was going to happen, but this is such more realistic. That because this guy's younger than Judge, he's not even in his prime. Like baseball, you could play at the age of 34, 35 and still play at an elite level. This guy is 25 years old. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I want to say Juan Soto might be one of the big reasons why I decided to say fuck it and just go full swing on being a Yankees fan because I mean, Judge was always electric. Stanton was
he's
cool.
electric in a different way.
Yeah, Stanton was cool because, I got to see him start with the Marlins and everything, and then he left, and I was like, this kind of sucks now. Stanton was the reason that you would show up to Marlins games, him and Jose Fernandez, but they need to just put a check in front of Juan Soto and say, name your price.
Yeah.
Because not just as how electric he is, but the protection that he offers Judge in that lineup is insane. You got this guy, you said it last week, he takes every at-bat like it's serious, and it's like Game 7 of the World Series, and you don't get that from players in the regular season.
Not in baseball, bro. Baseball is such a long season where – I mean, even I know he's in a contract year and he has to perform, but last year he was in a contract year. He played 162 games. So this is who he is. He plays. If he could go out there, he plays, and he plays every time as if he's trying to get on base. Play that. Play it.
Yeah.
Hit me hard.
So before I play this, let's keep in mind, this is a road game. This is a road game, a Yankee road game, not just in, Baltimore or Tampa Bay or, whatever. This is all the way across the country in San Francisco, 2,905 miles from Yankee Stadium.
Oh, you looked that up?
No, it was in the tweet that I saw. But I'll take credit for it.
Damn, look at you.
Bam! Look at that. Fat flip. To take the lead.
And that was when we were talking too.
So what's funny about this is I went on break at work yesterday at Publix, 6 o'clock, like 6:20. I checked ESPN because I had bet the Yankees. And earlier I saw they were down 3-1. I'm like, damn, whatever. They could tie it. Check my ESPN app. Yankees down 5-3 after they had tied it 3-3. They down 5-3. Top of the ninth, no outs, inning just started. I'm like, cool, let me tune in and see what happens. I forget who was on base. Volpe comes up, triples into the gap. So I'm like, I'm on my stream. I'm not even putting 2 and 2 together that the stream's delayed. So immediately after Volpe gets that triple, it's 5-4. Giants, I'm like, let me go on fucking the betting app and put some money on the Yankees money line, because you got Soto, Judge, Stanton, Verdugo coming up to bat. Someone's no outs. Someone's bound to hit a fly ball, tie the game. I'm good. Whatever. Fuck it. Man, as I get to the fucking betting app, the line is locked. I go back, see Soto just hit the bomb. I'm like, oh, fuck, let's go. Just crazy shot, bro, deep into the deepest part of the park. And it's, bro, this is electric. And then Judge comes up. I think he walked and then stole a base. It was an error, throwing error on the catcher. Stanton comes up, triples again into the gap. And bro, this is just
a lot
electric.
of gap and deep talk.
Yeah, I'm here for it, man. This makes baseball so much more exciting for me to watch.
Yep.
And I don't really give a fuck, bro. I really don't give
Baseball's
a fuck.
fun.
Because I've been watching Yankee games for a long time, and I always rooted against them, and then I don't know why. Just because they were fun to root against, and now I'm like, fuck it. Let me.
Now you realize, brother. Welcome to the show. It's a good time.
So, and we still don't got Garrett Cole.
Yeah, we. I love it.
Stroman is pitching crazy.
Hey, listen.
Hill is pitching crazy. He's young in their farming system. What's Buddy's name that keeps hitting dingers in the minor leagues?
Jason Dominguez.
Bro, are you fucking joking? This guy's insane.
He's a beast. Yo, they call him like a mini fucking, not mini Soto, but like he's a hybrid where he's 22 himself, and he's been a prospect for the Yankees for the last 5 years. He's a beast. And then we have another dude, and I'll send you the link. White boy, he's as tall as Judge, and he can play outfield, but I think if we're smart, we don't trade him, make him a first baseman. He could be our first baseman of the future.
Right.
So,
and it's just cool to watch Rizzo, man. Just, Gleyber Torres seems to be picking it back up, and
Gleyber's somebody we probably get rid of after this season.
But
we have a couple infielders that could take his spot. He's not performing right now, but it's good to have you on board, brother. Like I said, I don't see I don't see the hate. I just like talking to you about it. So I'm selfish in that regard.
Yeah, now we finally, because I don't really watch hockey. I mean, I'm going to tune into the finals, and I like going to the Panther games. But now we finally got one team that we both root for and are passionate about.
Let's go, brother. What happened over the weekend as well? Real Madrid won their 15th European championship, which is the biggest trophy you could win in soccer. It's the best of European soccer, which is bigger than the NBA finals, because you're taking countries, you're taking so many players, so many things can happen in a tournament. So I'm a Real Madrid fan, been since I moved down here. They've won 15. I've been a part of 5 of them, which is crazy. Looks like I jumped on the bandwagon, but guess what? I didn't know shit about soccer before that. You could say I jumped on the bandwagon with the Florida Panthers. Probably did. I didn't know they were going to go fucking back to back. I didn't know. I just was excited that I could watch a hockey team. Never had a hockey team before that in New York. So guess what? Shut up. I'm a free agent. Free agents could sign wherever. So Real Madrid wins. Not only do they win on Saturday, but they also win today, where they officially sign MBAPPE, one of the best strikers in all of the world. Always been a Real Madrid fan. Love them. It's been talked about for 2 years. He signs with Real Madrid officially today. So I read in July, they have a cup, they have a tournament. Like how soccer works is when you win one tournament, you get to play another team of another tournament. I think it's projected if he plays his first game, he could win his first trophy in his first game, which is crazy in soccer. So his first game as a Real Madrid player, he could win a trophy, which is awesome. And we're set up for the next probably 10 years, the way that's going. Panthers, Oilers. Panthers are the best team in the NHL. Oilers are the best. They got a lot of great individuals. They have a lot of great talent. McDavid is the modern day Wayne Gretzky as much as you could get to Wayne Gretzky, and he's untouchable, but as close as you could get to Wayne, that's McDavid. And then you got our team. So everybody's saying that the Panthers, all the people that doubted the Panthers could make it to this point, back-to-back years, are taking the Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals, which almost puts up like a red flag, like, damn, don't root for us now because you know everything's been going great. But they know because we have a complete team, we're healthy, we're gonna have some time off to get even better. So we have home ice advantage. Repping right now, got the fucking rat. Let's go Panthers all day. So hopefully when we record, by the way, we got to talk. Game 2 is on Monday of next week. We might have to record a little early. We'll talk. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Depending on what I'm doing. I'm probably not going out for the game, but if we record early, I could watch the game and then.
Who has home ice advantage? Panthers or
Panthers?
Edmonton?
Panthers.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so that's big.
Fuck yeah.
It's the first time. This is the third time we're in the finals, and we've never had home ice, so that could be the change. But let's go into a little UFC 302 review. I just watched Strickland in the co-main event, quote unquote, and the main event. Go through it. Did you watch it live? What did you do? I know you're busy and you don't watch UFC like you used to, but
I was able to catch the main card.
Give me a little review. It doesn't have to be long. Just give me a little something.
I'm just gonna do the top 3 fights: Kevin Holland, Michael Alexis, whatever. I mean, Kevin Holland did his thing. He said it himself. He's our favorite gatekeeper. He's the best gatekeeper in the sport. This guy is super active. He just fought back in March, and he's just fought again. He gives the people what they want. First round finish, submission. He got performance of the night. Pretty sure he broke Buddy's arm when he was doing his arm bar. It looked nasty. Kevin Holland just keeps doing his thing. He's super exciting. He talks a bunch of shit. He's that dude. There's no one else like him. Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa. The judges sucked all night. They had some weird takes, and UFC judging is crazy because it's not. It's subjective, you know. It depends on who's watching the fight and what they see and what they're looking for.
Of course.
I don't know what they're going to do with that, but there was one judge that had it 49-46 Costa, and I watched that fight, and I'm not a judge, but I don't see how Costa won 4 out of the 5 rounds.
Rogan and DC were going nuts over that. Before they announced the even card, they announced who was judging, and both of them were like, oh, wait, we have both of these people that are like, again in the same fight. They were like, oh, here we go. Yeah. So I listened back to the audio. I'm glad I rewatched that to have that.
Yeah, when I heard split decision, I was like, these guys are fucking drunk. They're in Jersey, Prudential Center, you know, maybe a little mob action got involved and things try to go a certain way. And then, man, Poirier, Islam Makhachev, that fight delivered. Islam was minus 675 favorite. That did not go that route. Poirier really, his takedown defense was amazing all night. Islam still got his because he's the champ and he's probably pound for pound #1 right now, even above John Jones. John Jones hasn't fought in 2 years. Islam,
that fight looked nasty,
but
that was a brutal fight to the end, and I just watched it as we started to record, and got him in that guillotine. So
they were scrapping, and then Islam did get that damn Darce choke there at the end. And one of my favorite moments of that fight was 5th round, right before he got that choke, was how he just swept Dustin's leg and was able to get on top of him. Pause. That was
stand-up fighter awesome versus a submission fighter. So interesting.
Yeah, it was a good fight, man. It was better than a lot of people expected. Just because Poirier was a huge underdog, so it was a lot closer than people thought it would be. But man, I don't know what Dustin Poirier is going to do after this. He says he doesn't know yet, but if that was in fact his last fight, give him his flowers. Dude's a legend. He's fought some of the greats. He's fought Khabib. He's fought McGregor. He's fought Oliveira. Yeah. Now he just fought Islam. This guy is that dude. And
him, Gaethje,
diamond sharpens
those
iron.
Those are two
Gaethje,
guys.
Yeah.
Him, Holloway. Those are 3 guys that will be Hall of Famers because they have literally fought every single opponent
Yep.
available, and not only
They don't back
had,
down.
if they didn't win, they had match of the day, match of the night, match of the year. Like I said, I'm new to UFC and watching it, but man, I just keep hearing these names over and over again, and every time it's a show. So I just watched it, like I said, when we started it, and it looked a little bloody, both guys beating each other up, and but he got the best of them.
It was a good fight. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to see what happens next. So yeah, I mean, Islam is that dude, bro. Islam is that dude, and he showed it. I don't know what he does next. He says he wants to possibly move up to 170 and fight Leon or Bilal, whoever gets that title, because he wants that double belt, and as he should, because he's beat Volk twice. The first fight was, close. A lot of people say Volk might have won, and the second fight, Volk took it on a week and a half notice, if not less.
Yeah.
But he still knocked him out. And then he's gone through his division. He's beat Poirier, he's beat Oliveira, he's beat all those guys. So yeah, if he wants to move up, he should. And it's well warranted. And I think he has a chance at that double belt. It'd be crazy.
For sure, yeah. Great card. Yeah, I wish I would have paid more attention to it live, but like I said, a lot of people at the house hosting, and sometimes you don't get that. But when is what is it, 303? Let's see what's going on at 303 as I look. 303 McGregor Chandler. I'll be in Myrtle Beach. I'm getting to Myrtle, so we'll see each other the night before, Friday night. I'll get to Myrtle Beach that day, and then hopefully the bar next to where we stay is an Irish bar. I pray and hope that they play the fight, because that's great. Chandler, McGregor, that's another guy I put up in Poirier, Gaethje, Chandler. Those are those guys that fight everybody. Like every time you see a pay-per-view twice a year, you always see one of those names at least once or twice. So I'm hoping that fight is going to be on in the bar. If not, I'm going to talk to them and be like, hey, how much you want to play this? Because I want it on.
If it's an Irish bar,
I don't want to watch that fight in the condo in Myrtle Beach on my laptop my iPad. That's wouldn't do it justice. Hopefully I'm watching it with a crowd if I can't be with my homies. So we'll see about that. Fight about fighting or combat sports. Last thing.
Deontay Wilder
Jake
got
Paul,
knocked the fuck out.
Well, I was going to say Jake Paul, Tyson got postponed. Last week we said that Tyson suffered a medical. They're not going to cancel it because there's way too much money involved. So they'll put out the fight. Maybe they adjust the rules and the parameters of it.
He got an ulcer.
Yeah, a lot of money involved in that. So it was supposed to happen in July. They maybe push it back to October. Probably give 3 months, I would say. If it doesn't happen in October, it's probably not going to happen. So I would think 3 months pushing it back makes sense. And then the last thing I want to end on, because we've gone long, sorry, but we had a guest on. We appreciate him for the 30, 40 minutes we had him on. Play the last video, and I have this. We probably should have played it in the beginning of the episode, but great video to have some cracks at. I sent it to you in the Instagram, Enter the Lab. There was a patron that had a Zoom call, because that's what we do in 2024, I guess. We have Zoom calls in court. And so he had a Zoom call with the judge on record about a suspended license. I'll tease it as that until you pull it up. Yeah. Great way to end the episode. I watched this video and I was dying. I want you to play the whole thing because it's funny. Great quality. And I think it's real. I know it's real because it's been circulating. This man to the left, as you see, or we'll see in Zoom, calls in about a suspended license, and take it away.
I feel for him. I've had my license suspended numerous times.
Yeah,
so
but
I feel
you're
for
not
him.
a stupid. You're
Assistant
not a
Public
stupid
Defender
idiot
navigate for
moron.
Mr. Harris, who
No,
should be
I am.
present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Man says he's. Give me 1 second. Not even acting. He could have said he's passenger. I mean, it looks
Easily.
like he's driving. So, but he could have like spun it. Like, oh
You
no, I'm like,
stationary?
not driving.
I'm pulling
Yeah.
in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
Oh my
All
God.
right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
So maybe I don't
Sure.
understand something. This is a driver
As a
while
realest
license
judge ever.
suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
Yeah. Look at him.
Oh.
Not even talking.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your
Yo.
Honor.
Yo, for people are gonna people. There's people, just human beings, bro. Even when they fucked up the first time, they're gonna
I
fuck
don't
up
even know why
again.
he would do that.
Look,
I don't even know
So
why he would
defendant's
do.
bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is turning himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today.
and if he
Failure
don't
to
turn himself in,
will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
look at him. Oh my God, bruh.
So
This is why I don't feel bad for people in general
I'm
because they be
I'm glad
fucking
you
up
brought
all
this
the
up.
time.
I'm glad you brought this up. I don't know if it's true or not, but I did see a tweet this morning that said that this guy's license should not have been suspended, and it was a clerical error.
But why are you driving during your court Zoom, brother?
That
Like,
is
even
true.
if that's
That
true,
is
even if
true.
he's like, even
Right.
if he's not guilty and like it was like a clerical error, all that, I get it. Get out of your car, park on the side of the highway. I don't care where you are, and just at least
Right.
not be in a vehicle. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Like, so like I didn't know that, man. I'm glad you said that. Even if be 1 minute late, be 30 seconds late. He probably was late to the Zoom meeting as is. I would
As is
assume
that.
he's driving, you know what I mean? But like, bro, be late.
Hey, it's funny because I relate to this so well, not even because I've had a suspended license, but I was driving to Atlanta from Jacksonville during COVID and I got pulled over. And I had to take a defense driving class and it was online. And one of the dudes pulled up and he was driving to take the course. And the lady's like, yo, are you driving right now? And he's like, yeah, I'm about to pull up to the crib. And she's
Come on.
like, you're in a defensive driving course and you're driving with your phone in your hand. She's like, just get to your house and log back
Bruh.
in. We'll go from there. What are you doing? So that shit reminded me of that right there. And I was watching this video and I was dying laughing. I shared that with so many people.
I thought it
That
was
shit
fake because like
hilarious.
easily you could like in today's technology, you could put a video on top of a video and then play
Mhm.
it. But it went on
Oh, for
way
sure.
too long during the week where I'm like, oh no, this is real. The way they're talking about it, even if it wasn't the actual video, the fact that that judge is actually talking about somebody driving
Mhm.
doesn't even matter if that's the actual person. That there was a
At
court
all.
case that someone is driving while, like you said, even if he's innocent, what are you doing, bro? You're making yourself look a lot of guilty. So
Yeah, for sure.
people are gonna people.
For sure. For sure.
We'll end it on
Look at
that.
this. No, I got one thing real quick.
Go ahead. Love it.
June. It's a special month. And not because it's Pride Month.
Juneteenth.
Shout out to all y'all that celebrate.
Shout out Pride. Shout out Juneteenth.
It is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Is it men's or
And-
everybody?
I think it's men's.
Should be
Well,
men's.
I'm gonna say it's men's.
Yeah,
Even if it's not.
we need to
Sure,
focus
mental
on
health,
men's
okay.
mental health.
Well, I'm a man,
Real.
so I'm gonna talk about this real quick. It's
Don't be
tough
sexist.
being a man nowadays. It's tough being a man. Just a lot of expectations, a lot of stuff that people think that you should be doing. Just
It's
because
harder
you're
to be a
man.
white man.
it's tough. It's tough these days. So, if you feel the need that you want to, do something to yourself, just think about those around you. Hit me up. I'm always available to talk, whatever you got going on. It doesn't matter. I can't even, my shit froze. So,
No, you
what's
good.
going on?
It's
Oh, you
frozen,
still
but
hear me? Oh.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, just it's a lot more. Life has a lot to offer, and I'm glad that we had Father Lee on earlier, and he talked about that, because I would have totally forgot that it's mental health awareness month, mental health awareness month, whatever it is. But just focus on you, keep grinding, and no matter how hard the situations may seem, you just keep things in perspective and keep grinding, keep doing the right thing, and eventually things will work out how they're meant to be.
Love it.
So yeah, that's all I got really on that.
All right, brother. Appreciate you with that message. Appreciate our guest on YouTube. If you're watching, subscribe. If you made it this long, an hour and 50 in, which most of y'all don't, but we have timelines. You can skip ahead. You can do whatever you need. This Saturday, Florida Panthers, Edmonton Oilers. Let's get game 1. Worry about game 2 when it comes down the road.
Facts.
Let's go, Panthers. Let's go,
Cardiac
Panthers.
cats, baby.
Rawr.
Rawr.
Let's go. Enter the lab, episode 126. Appreciate y'all. Exit the lab. Peace.